Hey Cricketers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kerri. If you haven't heard the news yet, HTVRont has come out with their own brand of cutting machine that's very similar to the Cricut Explore Air 2, but only a fraction of the price. Their machine is called the LOKLIK, and they sent me one to test out on my channel. The LOKLIK is normally listed at $199.99, but it's currently on sale for $135.99. On Black Friday, it will be dropping down even further to $129.99. Compare that to the Cricut Explore Air 2, which is currently selling for $229.99. So in a few days, this machine will be $100 cheaper than the Cricut Explore Air 2. In this video, I'll be unboxing one of these machines. I also have a Cricut Explore Air 2 on hand, so I'll be doing a side-by-side comparison so you can see how alike or different they really are. If you decide you want to buy one of these machines, I'll have some promo codes at the end of this video that will save you even more money. The LOKLIK machine also came with a pen. It opens on both sides, so one is a fine tip pen, and then the other side is a brush tip pen. The first thing that I can't get over is just how similar this LOKLIK machine looks to my Cricut Explore Air 2. Even right down to the color, they look almost exactly the same. Let's take a look inside. My Cricut Explore Air 2 opens with the push of a button. The LOKLIK machine opens manually. Very similar inside. Both of them have storage down on the bottom tray. This is the storage compartment on my Cricut Explore Air 2, and this is the storage compartment on the LOKLIK. The main difference between the two storage compartments is that on the Cricut Explore Air 2, they have this little magnetic piece right here where you can store your blades without them rolling around. That's a very minor difference though, like you can just store your blades here. They don't need to be magneted down and it's not going to make a difference. Both of these two machines also have additional storage on the top left side. This is where you can store all of your weeding tools like your scissors, spatula, pens, things like that. The storage space on the LOKLIK is actually a little bit bigger and deeper. So plenty of room to store all of your stuff. The Explore Air 2 has this little compartment right here where you can upload cartridges. Cartridges is like this old Dinosaur technology that nobody uses anymore, where you used to be able to get your designs and graphics from. Now we have Cricut Design Space or Creative Fabrica where we get all these designs, so this isn't very important. This is the control panel on the Explore Air 2, so you have your custom settings, paper, vinyl, iron-on, cardstock. Pretty much all of your most commonly used materials. You have your load button, your start button, and your pause. And this is how you turn the machine on. And then that's the open button. Now let's compare that to the LOKLIK. We have the power on button, pause, load and unload your mat, and start. There's no material settings here. You do all of that from the software. Now let's take a look at the back of the machine. The LOKLIK doesn't have any buttons on the back. The Explore Air 2 has a spot to plug it into the wall and into your computer. The LOKLIK also has those same ports, except they're on the right side of the machine instead of the back. Both of these machines also have two tool holders, so we have the A and the B, one that holds a pen or a marker and one that holds a cutting blade. Same thing over here. There's a spot for the pen or marker and the cutting blade. This one is labeled P and B, probably for pen and blade, where on the Cricut, it's just A and B. This actually makes more sense to me with the P and the B. Both machines have these little circles that help guide your mat. And they're adjustable. These are the tools that came with the LOKLIK. So this right here is our fine point housing and the blades. The red is a fine point blade and the blue is a deep point blade. These blades are the exact same ones that the Cricut uses, and this is how you load the blade into the housing. The sharp part of the blade is underneath this red cap, so you have to pull off the red cap, and that exposes the sharp cutting part. And then you just drop it in here, and now your blade is loaded. This is how you load the fine point housing and blade into the LOKLIK machine. Right now the compartment is tightened because this is facing the outside. So to loosen it, bring this to the front and then drop your housing into the B slot. And then to tighten it, you push this back. And it does require quite a bit of force to get it in. This is how you load your pen into the machine. So take this little piece right here, put the skinnier side in. So let's loosen this up, drop that in, and then clamp it shut. Then you can take your pen, pop the cap off, and push it into this slot and push it down until it clicks. Now the LOKLIK machine is ready to draw and cut. If you're not using your pen, I would take it out of here and keep the cap on so it doesn't dry out. A great place to store these additional tools would be right in here. Both of these machines use the same 12 by 12 inch cutting mats. Let's try powering it on. So you have to hold the button down for like 3 seconds to turn it on. It doesn't turn on if you just push it real quick. All right, looks like we're ready to go. This machine can do print and cut projects, so you should be able to make things like stickers, gift tags, and more. You can make even more with this machine than you could with Cricut's cheapest machine, which is the Cricut Joy, and this is still even cheaper than that. It's most comparable to the Cricut Explore Air 2, but it's not quite as advanced as the Cricut Maker. I don't believe that it can use any specialty type blades like the Cricut Maker can, so no knife blade, engraving tip, scoring wheel, foil tool, or anything like that. It's just a fine point blade and a deep point blade. But honestly, those are the only blades that I ever really use. From the outside, these two machines seem almost identical. There's really not much of a difference. I think that the biggest difference is going to come down to the software and how easy it is to use. Cricut software is called Cricut Design Space. The LOKLIK uses a program called LOKLIK Idea Studio. Stay tuned for part 2 where I dive into the software and see just how user-friendly it is or is not. The machine may look great from the outside, but that doesn't do you much good unless the software is too. I'll be showing you how to install the software, calibrate your machine, and we're going to make our first project together. Make sure you have your notifications turned on so you don't miss out on part 2. From now until November 28th, you can save $15 off the Auto Tumbler Heat Press, the LOKLIK cutting machine, and their machine bundles. Enter code KPBQFV at checkout to save $15. You spend over $89 on vinyl, you can save an additional $25 off. In my last video, I did an unboxing of their Auto Tumbler Heat Press, which I love, by the way. So if you want to learn more about that machine, make sure you check out my last video. If you have any questions or comments, I'd be happy to try and help answer them. If you found this video helpful, I would love it if you hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of my new videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.